Now I was having a snooze there and I could hear a bag rattling, and I got out of bed to see what it was and I couldn't find anything. There was only 1 or 2 bags about here anyway. So, and it sounded to me like a rat in a bag. Just a crinkling noise. So anyway, I've been up twice, but what it is over here on the trailer sitting, there's a wee bag of birdseed which I got in Watson's. You know, the 1/4 of a hundredweight bag. And there's a wee robin stuck and it's inside the bag and it's flapping about. So I'm going to let him out here. He's just in the bag here, you can see him. See his red breast just through the plastic. That's him in the bag there. It's 1/2 or 3/4 done. So he's been in there in the warm. He's flew in or got into it, and then the bag has been sort of half closed up and he can't get out. Anyway, I'll get him out now. Now I'll get this little robin. I'd be queerly done if it was a rat in here. Where's that little robin? No, he's out and away the rest of us. Missed him with all. Anyway, that's a relief that it's not a rat, because as much as I like nature, I don't like sleeping with a rat. Or the thought. Now, the first year I slept out, I just had big square bales, 8x4s, down in that corner there. And I just slept in a sleeping bag up on top of a bale, and when I woke up, the mouse was down. It was inside the sleeping bags, one of those zip-up sleeping bags. You know, it zips up with a hood on it. And it had got in somewhere, and it was down in at my back. It was creeping up my back. But it was only a wee mouse, it wasn't so bad. And then when it got to my socks, it dropped dead. Now, as a wee hardy spicer went in this old PTO shaft here, so I have pressed in the new one, and I have the other half to clamp on it. But I thought I'll do this bit first before I switch the camera on, in case I make a hash of it. Actually, I can do these in my sleep now, I've done that many of them, but it's always something can always go wrong. This is the old shaft here. You see that one wasn't too bad, but this one here is worn away right round, and that's the cup that was on it. It's broken when I was tapping it out, but half of the needles had fell out of it, the needle bearings. So I had to press this one out now. Or tap it out. A little bit of WD to help it on its way. I just get a socket that's near enough the size of the thing to tap out, and that's usually the handiest. There she goes. That's it, nearly out. That should let it out. Yep. There we are. So there's your empty jaw. That's the old thing, and there's the little cup with all the little roller needle bearings on it. That just spins around there. That one's not bad actually, but one side of it's wrecked, so you can't use it. Okay. Now, we'll get the new one in. So it should be fairly well in line there, if you can see that, if I'm holding it the right place. So this little cap goes in. And when I have it located in and on the thing, I slide it across this way because I know these needles are already in, and then I tap it up in. It's not quite in the groove, but you should be able to see it. Yeah, that is it then. There's two in and the other two. And I've already put the grease nipple in. Lovely and free. Now I got all my parts for repairing the shaft in Watson's, the square clocky. They have ball races, universal joints, everything that I need. Can't remember what size that was that I got. Let me see, it's at the bottom of the box here. Oh yes, it's the right size. So all the lambs have been vacated out of the pens today. So we have them all change the straw in them and clean them out. And that's what's happening now. Now we have 10 pens down here, and I'm just, the bedding's cleaned out, so I'm just going to do them with Jay's fluid before the next batch of lambers comes in. We did use sawdust and that to dry them out and lime, but then we found that the lambs were getting lime in their eyes when we were treating them with antibiotics to get their eyes sorted out. So we'll just do this with Jay's fluid. So 10 pens is plenty for us at the minute. We have 3 6x6 pens and then 7 4x4 pens. 6x6s are for the triplets, gives them a wee bit more room. Now, my car's due MOT this evening, so I'm going to power hose in below her. Nearly forgot. Always remember health and safety. Wear goggles when you're working with a power hose. This is just our little bucket with our lubricating gel refills in it there. Our big one for refilling, it's empty actually. And this is our little This is actually a stomach tube, and you may find in a difficult situation this is helpful if you don't already know about it. So there's a fella here one day and with one that's a tight lammer, and he was looking at what I So this is your stomach tube for feeding your lamb whenever the lamb is poorly or dull, and you can stomach tube it with milk. But this is just the stomach tube. But if you have a ewe lamb that's very tight and the nose is just out and it's very hard to get it out, and then the shoulders as it comes out, I just slip my hand over the lamb's nose, push it back in a little, and push this lamb feeder tube up the inside of my hand. You can feel it travelling up your fingers to make sure it doesn't go into the lamb's eye when you're poking in or up its nose. So you just have your hand, and you can put it over the top of it if you like, or it's usually better in below. And you feed that up in until it goes over the lamb's head, in the back of the head or in the side of the ears. There's usually the best for us anyway. And you slide that up in, and when you get it in between the neck and the shoulders there, you can squeeze the syringe and pump the lube gel in, and it gets in nicely behind the shoulders and that where it's real tight when it's coming out. Just a wee tip that we use, and I haven't seen anybody else that does that, but maybe you've seen it or maybe you use it already. So that's just sitting handy, and I keep a bucket there as well with cool water in it, that when as soon as the lamb's born I just lash a bit round it, and that revives it if it's a near life or death one. So I think she's thinking about having her second one here, so I'll switch off. This little girl had triplets. She has 3 lambs. This one here looks like a Belclair. This one here is like a Charlie. And this one here is like a Belclair. There's 2 Belclairs and 1 Charlie in that little group. So it must be casting back to the Charlie and the mother. This one's just born about 3 minutes and it's up already. And the other one's trying to get up when it's on top of it. Had been done, and she had bought those sheep. Was this the end? No, my friend, that was just the start. It's dosing and dagging, clipping and tagging, rattling, teasing, topping, flushing and sponging, scanning and lambing, shedding, bedding, redding, spot inspections, cross infections, fly strike, ticks and bots, vets bills, feed bills, fertilizer and seed bills, steeples, sheep wire and posts. Lying in bed, my wife, she said, I'm going